up, baby.
I'm back in this motherfucker.
Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Now drop the jewels, boys,
Drop
man.
the jewels.
Talk to me, baby.
So before we get started,
Come on
tell
now,
me, bro. I see you in the orange jumpsuit, the inmate jumpsuit. Tell me why you wearing it. Like, what does that mean, bro?
Let me tell you something, man. I wore this orange jumpsuit last week for church, and I wore it again today because it's very important. It's very important. Because I got this jumpsuit on, that don't mean I gotta actually physically be in jail. Sometimes in life we be in jail in our mind. Our mindset locked up. So we ain't gotta actually be in jail, but if your mindset locked up, if you ain't executing, if you challenging and you questioning and you debating yourself and you got so much bobbled in and you can't figure nothing out, you can't see where life going, you can't see why God not answering your prayers, you can't see why you can't get farther in life because you locked up in your mindset. People think you gotta wear an orange jumpsuit to be locked up in your mind. You locked up in your thoughts, you locked up in your mindset. In order to get up out that mindset, you gotta figure what's the key to unlock that cell bar, that jail cell, them doors that's in your mind? And the key is building that relationship with God, asking God to show your way out. We be so locked up in our thoughts. A lot of people got a lot of good ideas and a lot of people got great minds. A lot of people got a lot of things, but they can't get past it because they worrying about how other people gonna look at them. Where should I start? Who do I need? Should I bring them? Just start. Get up out your mindset. Unleash that prison mindset and go be free, man. So I wore this because we was caved in. And when I realized how important it was, that my mindset was everything. My mindset was everything. When my mindset got stronger, my mind was everything. When my mindset got stronger, my body starting to get stronger. But another thing people fail to realize, your mind cannot be in the same place as your body. Your mind can't be in the same place as your body. Your mind got to be 10 steps ahead. Your body got to be the one to catch up. Anytime your mind and your body in the same place is not growing, your mind got to be growing when your body's somewhere else. Your mind got to be elevating when your body's somewhere else. Your mind got to be moving when your body's somewhere else. That's why you can't grow, because your mind and your body in the same place. You got to have a strong mind. In order to have a strong mind, you got to go ask God. God, show me my purpose, strengthen my mind, because I'm letting the enemies attack me each and every way. The enemies will eat your mind and not worry about your body.
I definitely agree. Like, if you're going to be successful, you have to be steps ahead. Like, a lot of people move, like, whatever they think right now, they have no plan in life. They don't know what direction they're going in, and their mind's moving at the same pace of their body.
Moving day by day.
Day by day, which is okay, but if you want to actually...
It's not okay. It's not okay.
Yeah,
if you want to get farther in life.
Exactly. It's okay if you just want to get by and barely make it. But if you want to get by and have extra money, extra love, extra time, extra friendships, you're going to have an extra success. You're going to have to be thinking 10 steps ahead.
Yes, indeed.
And bodies are moving from the things that you planned 10 days ago or 10 steps ago. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you be great. But I wore this orange jumpsuit because they thought, Mama, they thought your son was going to be locked up. They thought your son was going to be in jail. They thought your son was going to be in prison. They thought your son was going to be in the grave. But look at me now. Mama, I ain't in the jail. Mama, I'm not in the grave. Mama ain't got no house arrest. Mama ain't on parole. Mama ain't knowing nothing. I ain't on no papers or nothing. Look at your son. A lot of people rolled me out, but my mama never gave up. A lot of people walked away, but my mama was still there. They thought I was going to be dead. They thought I was going to be in jail, but I'm not.
You know, one of the things that I learned from being around you is, like, and knowing you so well, is I feel like your mom has definitely been a big motivation for you.
Most definitely.
To do what's right in life, go in the right direction. Like, you want to make her proud.
I want to make her proud, and I let her down for so many years,
right,
trying to figure out life. And when I realized I was missing somebody, I was missing a piece to the puzzle. I was missing the most important thing in my life, and that was God. And when I got that, when I really understood his purpose and his passion and why you need him every step of the way, that's when things started turning around. That's when I started understanding Mama meant me good. That's when I started to understand what everybody was saying didn't even match up to what God was trying to tell me. They were saying one thing, God was saying, I'm going to get you to go here. They were trying to put me there, but God had me here.
So that goes back to something else you were saying about being a prisoner of the mind. I feel like a lot of people are a prisoner of the mind, and it's like the more you live life and you don't turn to God, or you don't turn to a positive life, you just keep living and just falling into the bullshit. The more you get locked into that prison, the deeper down you get. You know what I'm saying? So like when you go to turn your life to God, it's like it's not like every single door will unlock.
None.
Because it's like imagine the prison being there's a whole bunch of doors that are locked. You're just all the way in the back. And then you turn to God and you try to do the right thing and you get through the first door. But then you start fucking around. You know what I'm saying? And you lose that consistency in doing the right thing and praising God. Now you get to the next locked door. You have to continue to go every day.
You got to continue to keep being great. You got to continue to keep executing. You got to continue to keep praying. You got to continue to keep believing. Not just believing, but also putting in that work behind them prayers.
Yeah. So you're saying that the way that you get out of this prison in your mind is by God.
Go seek the knowledge of the God. Go seek the knowledge of the kingdom.
Yeah.
Go seek the knowledge of the kingdom. Go make that relationship. Go build that. Go ask God. Don't be afraid. A lot of people are afraid to ask God what their purpose is because they worrying about how other people gonna look at them. That's why a lot of people ain't willing to change right now, because they want that image of what people think besides what God feel and how he look at you.
Right. They're worried more about people's opinions than God's opinions or God's purpose for you. Mm-hmm.
That's what they run about. That's why they are prison in their mind. To them young kids, to them old folks, to whoever it is, you want to break that prison mindset, go ask God. He going to show you. He waiting. God, one thing God ain't never going to do is close the door on nobody who want to get closer to him.
So what you're actually saying is that there's people out here in the world right now walking around living life, free,
but prison in their mind.
But even though they're not wearing the orange jumpsuit,
they still a prison in their mind.
The orange jumpsuit is on the inside of them. Inside of their skin, inside of their brain. Their whole brain is covered in a prisoner.
Prison cell.
Yeah, a prison cell.
Prison mind.
Locked away
because they lost. They lost by the things that they hear. They lost by the things that they seen. They let the things that they seen influence their life. They let the things that they hearing about influence their life. They're letting the music influence their life. They don't know that that's a prison in your mind if you let things like that entice you to do wrong. Man, Hey, Mama, I beat the odds. Mama, I beat the odds. They tried to bury me, but Mama, I'm still free. They tried to get rid of me, but Mama, I'm doing good. They thought I was going to be on drugs. Mama, I'm healthy. Mama, they thought I was going to be dead, but Mama, I'm still living. Mama, let me tell you something. You're not going to be the one burying me. I'm going to be the one burying you. This your son telling me, Mama, the days that we was going through the problems and trials and tribulations, we overcame that.
Right.
We overcame that, Mama.
So I feel like with your family, you had some good influences.
A lot of good influences.
But what about the people out there who didn't have good influences? I feel like a lot of people are in the streets selling drugs, robbing, doing things they do because they learned from their family or the people that they grew up around, the people that were directly around them as they were growing up. Their environment. So what advice do you have for those people who didn't have the good influences in their family, or maybe they focus more on the bad influences in their family, but they're now trying to figure out how to change?
Let me tell you something. If you want to change, if you want to get out the street, if you want to leave the game, if you want to get away from the negativity, the first thing you got to do is hit your knees and tell God, I'm ready to surrender. Surrender. Throw your hands up. Let God enter your heart. That's why when you was at church Sunday and you and the pastor was praying and you had your hands like this and I tapped you, and I made you open your hands wide. The reason why I made you open your hands wide because I want him to be able to enter everything. When you got your hands short, he can't enter. He only could enter a little bit. See, a lot of people fail to realize God trying to bless you a lot, but if you got your hands so close tucked in, he can't give you everything. The blessings might be too heavy close in. So that's why I say open your own. So when you open your own, you let God enter your spirit. And when you let him enter your spirit, that's when you know you're ready for change. That's when you know you're ready for a different outcome. That's when you know you're ready to get away from that environment. You got to go to God first. Nobody else can help you get past that mindset if you don't go ask God.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like that's a straight up cheat code because a lot of people don't do that. They stay in this environment for years. They have friends around them. They're not really there for them. But God might not be giving you the signs because you have never turned to God. But once you turn to God,
He gonna show you everything.
He gonna show you.
The
He gonna
GPS.
show you without you wanting or not that the people around you aren't there for you.
Man, that
But if
mindset. That's that mindset. That's that
Yeah.
mindset. That go back to that mindset. You can't go as far as your mindset. You can't go as far as your mindset allow you. But your mindset know one thing. See, God know one thing. God is your mindset. God is your mindset. He give you two options. He give you the option to do right, and then he give you the option to do wrong. God give you two options every time to make a right decision or to make a wrong decision. That's when you got to have that mindset to know, I'm going to do right because I know doing wrong not just going to let me down, but it's going to let God down because he hold us accountable every time. That's that mindset. That's that mindset. You show me your friends, I'm gonna show you your mindset. You show me your house, I'm gonna show you your mindset. You show me the success.
What you're saying is that if you do somebody wrong, like your girl, or your homeboy, or you do somebody wrong, they may not know you did them wrong.
But
God knows. So you're saying that you're still going to receive some sort of backlash for the things you do wrong, even if nobody sees it but God.
Man, God watching 24/7. He watching.
Right.
He watching everything.
Mm-hmm.
He watching everything. He don't punish you for every time you do wrong. He don't punish you for every time you do wrong. He wait till it build up and then he let you think you getting past him and then he
takes it all. Yeah. And when he hits you, it's hard.
It's very hard. That's why my mindset changed, D Phlo. Every day that I wake up, I want to do righteousness 99% of the time. Every day. I challenge myself to do right every day. That's just uplifting. That's just saying no to people that's trying to get at me, to people that's trying to flirt, to people that's trying to trick me on my position to do wrong, to people that's trying to entice me to do wrong back in the streets. So I changed my mindset and then I challenged myself to do right. See, we can't do right if you don't challenge your mindset. Your mindset is everything. So I use other people mess up now to know that I could bump my head too. That's how my mindset grew. I ain't got to do it myself to know that it could be done. I watch other people's mistakes. And
you know what? And that goes back to so you're wearing the orange jumpsuit. There's a lot of people in the streets right now who are watching things happen to the homeboys. They're watching them get locked up for this and that. They're seeing the things they did wrong. I mean, I feel like you can learn from someone else's mistakes. Like, no matter what, this is my opinion. If you're in the street selling drugs, doing what you're doing, there's only three ways it's going to end. Either you're going to get locked up, you're going to get robbed, or you're going to get killed. And that's it. You're never going to be able to keep your money because that money you got, most likely, it ain't in your bank account. And when you get the easy money, it comes quick and it goes quick.
Yes,
so there's a lot of people in the streets who are watching other people get in these three situations and learn. So it's like what's your advice to them? Like, I feel like a lot of people need to hear some sort of motivating words as to what they should do, like getting out of that situation.
Why would you wait for it to happen to you to believe that it won't happen to you? Because it's happening to the people around you. It's like God said, when I'm about to bless you, I might start blessing people in your neighborhood before I get to you. That's the same thing as punishment. I would start punishing people around you just to give you a wake-up call before I come punish you. That's the same thing as good blessing. That's the same thing as punishment. Hey, you know, if you doing wrong, eventually if I'm around you, I'm going to get punished one way or another because I might get accessory to the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Just same thing with blessing.
Very
if you
true.
doing right and I'm around you, you doing blessing, I'm going to get blessed too because I'm around blessing people.
So it goes both ways.
It goes both ways. That's why I say you got to have the determination, the mindset to know right from wrong.
Ooh, that just blew my mind right there. So what you're saying is that when you're around people who are doing wrong, committing crimes, there's a possibility that either one or two things happen. Either you can get shot because you were there and they were robbing somebody and they saw you. And they caught you on the street and they shot you.
It always be that way. Do you know the ones that's not doing nothing but being a getaway driver get caught 99% of the time?
Exactly. Or you were just there and you were accessory of the crime. Like the camera caught you, but they didn't catch them. You know, but not only that, what you're saying is, yeah, exactly. That's a lot of, you don't want to be in that situation. You feel me? But there's also the perspective of when you're around people doing good, when you're doing good and you're around people doing good, you can also get a part
receive
of
the blessings.
receive the blessings.
The blessings come, man. The blessings come when you around good people, good energy, good positive mind. The blessing come, man. Birds of a feather flock together. That's what they say. Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
So if you around good birds, then you gonna be with good birds. If you around bad birds, you gonna rock with bad birds. So they say birds of a feather flock together, man.
But you know what's crazy is whenever I heard the saying "birds of a feather flock together," I always thought of a negative way. Like I always see these these goofy bitches out there doing goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? But I never thought about people out here doing good shit. You know, promoting positivity. They flock together and they create.
Most definitely. That's why you always say, man. When you tell your wife or soon to be wife, when we get married, I want you to hang with more married women. And I'm gonna hang with more married men.
Yeah.
Because I feel if you hang with more married men and more married women, you're gonna get a better outcome. You're not gonna want to cheat. You're not gonna want to do certain things. So that's why I say, when you change your lifestyle, you change your environment. When you come from the streets and want to have that relationship with God, get away from the street dudes and build that relationship with the men that's in church. That's the same way. That's the same way. So it's always different groups of different level of success you want to get around when you leave a certain level behind. Why you think they got first grade, second grade, third grade,
right,
fourth grade? Because
you upgrading in life.
You upgrading in life. And
yeah.
You can't stay at 1 and expect to get to 10. That's why they got different grades and different level of success. So if you want to get to that next level, you got to leave that over.
Oh, you know what? How about this? They got first, second, third, every grade.
You get kept back.
But not only that, when you get to the next year, guess what you got? You got a new students in your class. You got a whole new teacher because now it's new. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you want to get to first grade or second grade, you got to have a whole new group of people around you, a whole new person that is helping guide you. You want to get to third grade, you have to be willing to do that. A lot of people are stuck in first grade, not wanting to let go of their classmates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they so used to being comfortable. See, when you're comfortable, that's when you think you got it.
Exactly.
I like to be uncomfortable because when you're uncomfortable, you're always willing to learn, willing to move, and willing to elevate, and willing to pay attention. That's why I say, make me uncomfortable because I don't want to get comfortable. See, when you're comfortable, you get tired. When you're uncomfortable, you're always on a watch. You're always elevating. You're always trying to get to that next level.
When you're comfortable, you don't grow.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You're just sitting there still. Nothing's going on. Like yesterday was the same as today. Tomorrow's the same as yesterday. It's just the same thing every day. There's nothing new in your life that's pumping you up to be bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, if you want to get success in life, you have to do things that make you uncomfortable. Because everything I ever did, like even this podcast, I never knew I would be good at a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger in life, I never thought, I'm going to be in a podcast. But when I did it and was uncomfortable and did it, I was like, damn. I'm good at this shit. You feel me? Like, I think you always knew you would be good at this shit. You always knew that shit.
Most definitely. Them Drop the Jews boys back in the building. D Phlo hit me with a new one, baby.
I heard you say earlier in the week, you said, they don't live to die. They die to live.
They don't live to
what does
die,
that mean?
But they die to live, man. In life, man, we want to live to die, not die to live. A lot of people really willing to risk everything to die and not realize that they need to be living. They need to be living. You don't want to die to live when you leaving people behind that want you to live with them.
So what you're saying is there's people out here doing things that can end their life. Like doing so many drugs that it could kill them, or living a lifestyle that can get them killed, trying to make money in a way that is dangerous, and you can leave your family behind, your loved ones behind. So they're dying to live instead of living to die.
Yes, indeed. That's the world we living in. How quick I could get put in the grave. How quick my mama could come up with the money to bury me. We gotta get that out of our saying. See, one thing that I'm so glad of and so proud of to say, my mama will not bury me. I'll be the one burying my mama. Parents made you. You didn't make the parents. You shouldn't die before your parents.
Right.
The world we living in today, parents burying children. And it's sad to say that parents put more insurance on their children than they put on themselves.
Wow.
That's bad.
That's a powerful message. Because I feel like people don't really think about that detail. You know what I'm saying? Like the last thing you ever want to do to your mama is die and have her bury you.
Not my son, not
Exactly.
my son, not my daughter. She was living this life. She didn't have to do the things she did. She didn't have to live that. Mama made sure she didn't have to live like that. But mama didn't make sure that she didn't tell her daughter that these streets ain't got no love for nobody. Because you're a young lady, you could die just as quick as just as quick as a man, just as quick as a boy.
Right, because like I would
that.
say that probably the most. I mean, I can't say from experience, but I've lost loved ones in my life, friends, family members, and it's like if I would say the most painful thing you could probably go through is losing your own son or your child. Like losing your child they can't get more painful than that. You don't want your mom or your dad to go through that. You have to value that and be like, I don't want to put my mom through that.
Let me tell you something, man. You got to think about this world we living in today, man. We got prisons in our own mind. We got them jail cells in our mind. We would never get past in life if we don't challenge our mindset to get out that prison wall, to stop running. I mean, when I say that prison wall, hear me out. That prison wall could be you afraid to be who you supposed to be because the type of friends you allow around you that they might laugh at you. They might think you nerdy or might think you geeked out or something because you want to get closer to God. That's a prison in your mind. That's the problem we dealing with today, that we so worrying about how other people gonna feel that we afraid to make that next level jump, that next level step. But I'm gonna tell everybody out there, ask yourself about the people you conversate with every day. Ask yourself, how much do they call you about mess and how much they call you about positivity? Ask yourself how much they speak positivity about people and how much they speak mess about people. Ask yourself, do they say good things about people or they say negative things? And that's going to determine how you going to be when you tell them you ready to make a change in your life. They going to talk about you too. If they talk about other people, why wouldn't they talk about you? What make you so different? If you have a small fallout with them, they gonna be ready to air you out. That's why I say you gotta put yourself around people that's only think positivity. When things not going right, I'm still thinking positivity. When God didn't deliver the way I expect him right then and there, I'm still believing him. When God ain't show up in the time of me needing him, I still believe in him because I know he show up on a time when it mattered the most.
Right.
He never on our time. Our time is always off. Our time is off. Because if we had the time of his time, we'll get all our blessings right then and there.
It's off in our opinion. And I will say you are definitely one of the most positive people I met.
Gotta be, man.
And it's motivating for me to stay positive. So let me ask you this. So,
come on now.
So we are prisoners of our mind.
Prison.
We're trying to get out of the situation we live in right now. Like, in your opinion, how do we take off the jumpsuit? How do we get free in our mind? How do we get free of the prison?
A lot of people not ready to free their mind. If you ready to free your mind, if you ready to take off the jumpsuit, if you ready to unlock them cells in your head, if you ready to make the next step, if you ready to get to the top, you got to do one thing. You got to go ask God, God, show me my purpose. I'm tired of living the way I used to live. I want to live better. I need that relationship to get better. I need that trust to get better. I need the prayers to get better. So if you're willing to take that next step, you got to get out this. And once you get out this, you got to unloose the key. Once you unloose the key, now you freed your mind. And when you free your mind, when you tell God, God, look here, I'm ready to surrender. Look, this is how you surrender. You hit your knees and say, Lord, I come to you and ask you for forgiveness. Lord, I done been through everything that I didn't even have to go through. But I did it because I was disobedient. Lord, I wasn't faithful. Lord, I wasn't fruitful. Lord, I didn't have you in my life. Lord, I had negativity people around me. Lord, they didn't believe in me. Lord, they would just feed me negativity. Lord, I couldn't think right. Lord, I couldn't see right. But now that I got you, now that I let you into my life, now that I have you as my foundation, now that I have you as the head of my household, now that I have you as the head and not the tail, now I'm ready to win. That's how you become an unprison in your mind. That's how you free yourself. That's how you come out that orange jumpsuit. That's how you become a new person. That's how you reveal to the world that you changed by asking God to show you, by releasing them people away from out your life, letting them people get away. Lord, I don't want them people around me. Lord, I want to do right. Lord, I want to serve you. Lord, I want to be obedient. Lord, I need to be there. Lord, I want you to be there. Lord, I need you at the time of everything that I was going through. Lord, I couldn't figure the way out because I didn't have you. Now that I got you, Lord, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. Hey, they counted me out. I went and told God, I said, God, they counted me out. God said, I'm going to make them count you in. They didn't believe in me. I went back to God. God, I need you to make them believe in me. God, I needed help. God came and helped me. God, I was at my Lord. God came uplift me. It's very important, man. It's very important that you keep positive people around you. You keep good family members around you. It's very important that you keep people around you that's going to feed into you. Not just you having that strong mindset, but the people around you got to have that strong mindset too. And, man, one thing about my brother-in-law, man, my sister husband, man, my only brother-in-law by my mama child. You know, I wanna say, man, I appreciate the love, man. He always be in my corner. He always believe. He always helping me. He always support me. So big shout out to my brother-in-law, Jose, man. I'm gonna bring him on because he's a big inspiration to me because he helped me in so many ways, man. And he made that relationship with my sister stay attached to where I'm able to replace that. I'm able to repent in that. I'm able to fix that shit. Let me say it right. He helped me be able to fix that situation with my sister because me and him talk 99% of the time every day. And that let me know that he want me to always be in tune with my sister and stuff like that. So, man, we got my brother-in-law, Jose. We going to bring that boy on with us, man. Big Team 28 and D Phlo. Them drop the Jews boys,
yes,
man.
What's
Y'all
good,
know
bro?
what the business is.
Thanks, D, for having me out here, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
What's up, y'all?
Come on now, man. Got one of the biggest inspiration, one of the biggest positive people in my life, man. My brother-in-law, man. He believed in me, and he was one of the reasons why I was able to fix the relationship with my sister because that's her husband, and
Right.
he know my heart. And when he know my heart, I'm a big brother, so he know certain things that she didn't approve of, I had to fix. And one of them was I had to make sure that I was in the right mindset, the right mind frame to want to do better because she had high expectations for me. And when you got that for your brother, your sister or something, and you the oldest and you the youngest, then you got to expect that. You got to
Right.
expect that. Do your brother, because I know you the oldest or he the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
So do he have expectations for you?
Oh yeah. I like
And when you don't do it, he feels some type of way.
Oh, man, me and my brother have a long story. It's a long story, but like we definitely have motivated each other, no doubt. We have a very close relationship. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I could let him down as well. But I will say this: like we went viral with the clips. Like the last clip we did where you talked about your sister, and you were very, you know, and I definitely appreciate your realness and vulnerability in the situation. But before we get into that, let me just say what's up, bro. So a lot of y'all that don't know, he has actually been here for at least half of the Drop the Jewels podcast, or 4 or 5 episodes, and been in the corner watching what we do. So we definitely appreciate the support. He's the only person who's ever really, one of the very few people who's ever witnessed the episode.
Yeah, we don't allow too many people around us putting in work. So most
No doubt.
definitely, it's not too many people that can say they watch us put in that work. And
Yeah,
he one of
in
them.
person. And there's definitely a very powerful energy that goes on in this room. So for the audience doesn't know. So for you, I'll ask you a question. How do you feel about the energy that you feel in this room from the beginning? Because you were here in some of the early episodes of Drop the Jewels. So, how long ago would it be? Like 4 or 5 months ago?
About 5 months ago.
About 5 months ago, we met. You know what I'm saying? And you were actually here probably like a month in. That's probably around the time that you brought him to the first episode. So you seen the progression of this podcast, the progression. Like, how do you feel about the energy that you see in this room and what we got going on?
First of all, the energy is spot on because you got two genuine people, you know. You got my brother right here, you know, you got D Phlo, you know, who came together, but the energy is not a normal energy. It's like a supernatural energy. It's a godly energy. And when you have a supernatural energy, a godly energy like that, and it click like that, you know, he can tell you, you know, he the preacher man right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, if God is for you, you know, who or what could be against you? You know what I'm saying? And the energy is wild. Like, I don't do nothing. I don't go nowhere. You know, I chill at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm a homebody. I work. I do what I need to do for my fam. But being here, it's a motivation for me to even grow. You know what I'm saying? Some things I feel like, man, I you know, like something I don't even have to say because y'all be hitting all topics, you know. His energy, you know what I'm saying? From what I know of him, he crazy anyway, you know.
So you've known him for a while. So let me ask you this: how long has he had this type of energy that he has for the world to know? Because some people will watch like our podcast and watch what we say. I know you don't know me that well, but you know him, and they'll be talking that shit, but they don't really live it. They're like, you better do this and that, and then they over there beating their woman and cheating on their girl and shit. So it's like, from your opinion, now, how long has he been the person that you see today?
Man, well, I call him staff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Team 28, Big Team 28. You know,
man,
Desmond. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gotta call my name
But that's what it is, though. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go way back. Like, I mean, like way back before me and his sister. Before I even know his sister.
So you knew him before?
Yeah, I knew his sister out here in Houston after Hurricane Katrina. That's wild, but
so both y'all knew each other in New Orleans.
Yeah, we went to school.
And then y'all both ended up in Houston.
Yeah,
ended up in Houston.
I found out that he was
messing with your sister.
Right.
I'm like, oh no, that's a rap.
Yeah, ready to fight him.
I'm ready to kill somebody.
And she telling me,
so
my brother's
long,
gangsters and stuff like that, man. You know,
almost. I want to say about at least. I ain't gonna lie to you. At least about a good 20 years.
So y'all know each other that long. So how long has he had this type of energy that he presents in this podcast that you've seen, you know, watching?
Okay, since I known him from school. You know, we went to the same high school and stuff together, and he was a big football star. You know, I played in a band and stuff, you know, and he was always one of the ones, big energy, always. You know what I'm saying? Always class, you know what I'm saying? Everybody always knowing him, popular, you know what I'm saying? Even on a football field, making big plays, you know how we was in school. You know, you had the little school people on the intercom telling you know, Desmond Johnson, you know, ran 48 yards, 99 yards, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he always was big energy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All the time.
You know, he always was a people person. He always was a positive person. You know, one thing I can say about my brother, you know, he never was a person that was like stuck in negative stuff because he always wanted to do his own thing. He always was an uplifter. You know, he always was that.
Yeah.
Who he is, you know, I don't care if he didn't have it. If you needed something, he was going to make a way to help you out to get it. You know what I'm saying? He never was just that. He wasn't going to tell you that he didn't have it, but he was going to make a way to help you to get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's been the whole course of our relationship.
So
you know
what you're
I'm
saying is what you've heard him say in this podcast. That's really what it is.
That's A1 facts, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
Been there,
hey,
man.
it's
Been
authentic.
there.
This authentic right here.
Yeah.
You know, that's facts.
Yeah, you know
what
since
I'm
you're
saying?
here right now, I figured, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Been that way, man. Been always that person. If I didn't have, I was gonna figure a way to try to get it to help you. I was always afraid of telling a person no because I didn't have it, but I was gonna try to figure it out. Sometimes I fell short. That's why a lot of things went wrong in my life when I went back to say I let my baby mama down. Instead of telling her I didn't have it at the time, I tried to find a way to get it. And when you try to find a way to get it and it's not the right way, that's when God don't never let you get it to do what you want to do with it because you went about it the wrong way. If I'd asked God to show me the right way because I want to do the right thing and I want to be the best father, I want to provide to my oldest daughter, he would have showed me that. That go back to telling you when you young, you don't know which way to go. You don't have no guidance. But I'm going to tell you young folks out there, if you don't know which way to go and you want to provide for your child, for your mama, the best way to go is ask God to show you so he could give you opportunity to get it the right way.
So let me backtrack all the way to the beginning.
Come
When
on,
you said
man.
you have to be 10 steps ahead of your mind
10
for your
steps
body
ahead.
to move. So if you're thinking 10 steps ahead, you'll have the money for your baby mama.
You'll have it.
But if you're not and you're just moving day to day, you might not have that money. So what you're saying is that instead of going out there in them streets and getting and robbing, selling drugs, doing all that stuff, maybe you should tell your baby mama, I don't have it today. Because to get it, I gotta do some shit that I don't want to do. So maybe you gotta tell your baby mama, I don't got it today, but I'm gonna get ahead. I'm gonna get this job. I'm gonna get on this legal hustle.
Right.
I'm gonna get this legal money. So take me a little bit of time, but after I get on this shit,
Now
I
you're
can
gonna give to her every time.
every time. You see what I'm saying? So it's better to tell her that than go out there and do the shit you shouldn't be doing.
D Phlo, I lied to her because I want to show her that I had it. I want to make her seem like I had it. I want to show her, in life sometimes we get our back against the wall and we want to prove something to a person because they're already counting us out. I want to show her I got it with my chest out. Mm-hmm. And God said I ain't going to do that because you got the wrong intention of why you trying to show her because how she feel about you. See, sometimes in life, we want to show people certain ways and certain things that we got something because their perspective of how they look at us or how they feel about us. And we got to get out of that. See, when we don't want to feel, when we don't have that intention, that's when God give it to us the quickest. When I realize I ain't got to show a person, I'm going to just do it the right way and let God reveal that he continue to bless me. That's when I started getting more blessings. I never want to make a person feel uncomfortable by the things that I'm showing because I want them to know God blessing me with it, not me just trying to show them or prove something to them or make them feel less than a person. God is doing everything to show y'all that anything you asking for, he will give it, but you got to be obedient.
Right. So basically what you're saying is, like, if you consider the intention you have when you do something,
that's big.
It will control.
How big that is?
How big is that? The intention.
That's real big because when you think of just intentions, intentions means endurance, everything, patience. It's just not attention where I'm just paying attention. I'm at attention. You know what I'm saying?
Not attention, but intention.
Intention. I know what you mean. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? That's just how, you hear me?
Man. You can't question our lingo.
Right.
Slingo, man. That's our lingo,
because
baby.
your intentions have to be a mindset. Like from the whole thing y'all been saying from the mindset, right? You have to free your own mind in order to have good intentions. Because if your mindset is not right, that means your intention is not right. So how could you have pure intentions to give to someone if your intentions is not right?
Exactly.
How long it took you? I want to know something. How long did it took you to get your mindset right, bro? It took a long time.
Yeah, all right. I'm about to tell my age. I'm 39 years old, man. I got one more. You're right. Thank you, dog.
You good to be almost 40. But how long did it take that intention, that mindset to get right? Because a lot of
30 years.
Ooh, see what
30
I'm saying?
years.
30 years.
So you're saying that for 9 years you've had your mindset right?
Yep.
That's it, man. It don't.
And I'm not scared to say it.
No,
You want to know what my answer is?
What?
My answer is this. I don't think we ever have our mindset right. It's just like we're like 10% right. We're 20% right. We never going to get our mindset 100% right. Like the more we grow, it's not about age. Age is just about how quick you personally matured. But some people can get their mindset right at 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Some of these geniuses we've seen in history. But to get your mindset right, it's just about how much you progress in life. You know what I'm saying?
And that's real talk. Yeah. Because my mindset ain't right. But my mindset is beyond.
Better than it was.
Exactly.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
It
My
ain't
mindset
right, but it's better than it was.
Yeah,
right.
You feel me?
God.
And that's all that matters because when people try to get their mindset all the way right and shit
They
like that,
fall short.
they fall short, and then that what makes people
Right.
depressed and shit. It's like too high of expectation. There is no such thing as perfect. That's the whole point I'm trying to say.
No
You-
such thing.
as long as you're growing, you're better than yesterday. That's the only thing that matters. Perfect's never gonna exist.
It's
in
not
this
going
world.
to be perfect. Like, if I can't wake up and say, hey, babe, we ain't got to go to work no more. We good. Everything paid for, and we could pay for. My mindset still could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because it's how you got it. It's how you made that bread to do that, you know?
Yeah.
But to have a good mindset, you got to have a godly mindset, and you got to put God first. And that's one thing I could commend my brother on, and that's one thing, like, I'm harder on him than anything. I don't care what it is. From a relationship to anything, I'm harder on him with his relationship with God. Because God is, I don't play with him.
Man,
you know,
he very tough on me.
you know, and if
right. That's one thing about him, man. No matter how much success, no matter how many doors that's open, he still hold me accountable to make sure that I'm doing my day-to-day, make sure I'm doing my daily check-in, make sure I'm staying ahead of the game. See, one thing about this relationship between me and him, no matter how much money you could bring, no matter how big I get, it's still somebody in your life that you gotta check in with that hold you accountable. And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
The big homie.
The big homie.
In your heart, in your mind.
In my heart, but don't say big homie because he got money. He the big homie because he got better knowledge.
Right.
He see the knowledge in him that he want me to gain to help me.
He can actually guide you in a better direction.
Some people don't even realize what a big homie is.
See, they think big homie is a person that got a bigger bag.
A big homie is when I can consider you as myself.
Thank you. That's a
Well,
big
You
I
can
put
see
my
yourself
mind
at one time in your life.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me put my mind in his mind and think about what he gonna do real fast so I can help him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's my big homie.
Because you got the
as well.
little homie,
Right.
you got the big homie. The little homies the ones that you can help guide.
Right.
And then you got the big homies who can help guide you. Then you got the people you consider as equals. Like I
Right.
consider y'all as equals. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
So, you know, man, one thing about having them, not just in my corner, but just in my life, it helped me so many ways and helped me so many days because when I question myself, I go right to him. I say, man, tell me if I'm wrong or right. And then one thing about him is he gonna hold you accountable for everything you do, right or wrong. He gonna tell you when you're right and he gonna tell you when you're wrong. But you gotta have that mindset to accept that when somebody tell you wrong, don't take that as they trying to play you. Take that as a compliment to want you to get better. When he tell me I'm doing good, I accept it as just as well as I accept it when he tell me I'm doing wrong. We need that person in our corner.
And you know what? The most important thing you said, well, there's a lot of things you said important, but the most important thing to me is that when you have that big homie in your corner, even if you don't consider him a big homie, you have that person in your corner who's going to be real with you, you have to accept it. You can't let people be real with you and not appreciate what they're saying. Like, man, don't fucking tell me that shit. And you get mad. A lot of people push away the big homie.
Man.
A lot of people push away the real one in their corner because they kept it so real that they're like, man, don't fucking tell me that. You have to listen to that shit. Now, you can discern a difference between a hater and somebody who's keeping it real. Because sometimes a hater will put some shit in your ear that can stop you.
Hey, let me tell you a little quick story about me and my brother, man. We've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying?
We go back when, man, me and him went fishing.
Right.
And we couldn't catch no fish, bro. I swear to God. And I told that boy, I said, man, God gonna let me catch a fish. and I said, we gotta go back home with us buying fishes. Like we caught him, then we gone back with something.
Yo, is that in New Orleans?
Yeah, that's a New Orleans thing. That's a pride thing.
Yeah.
So when you know you need to be doing right, it start with your pride. It start with your intelligence. It start with your,
I caught these fish.
You right, I was going on with it. Because guess what? You don't want to fail as a man.
Right.
You don't want to fail yourself as an individual.
Provide.
That's the part providing. See, one thing about life, let me tell you something. It's funny because me and him and my other cousin was in Walmart, and I called and I said, years ago, I said, babe, we going fishing, I'm gonna bring home a big fish. She said, what size skillet should I prepare to fry this fish in? She was trying to get a baby skillet. Mm-hmm. And I told her, she thinking too small for me. You gotta get an extra large skillet. Yeah. She said, but I ain't think you was gonna catch nothing. But I said, that's your mindset that you don't believe in me. Yeah. Sometimes in life we gotta get with people that you can't. Your wife, your boyfriend, your husband, they can't think small. They gotta think big. Right. I don't care if you bring home a small fish. prepare a big skillet, even though it's a small fish, because you believed in that person. You only go as far as the people believe in you. You can't just, but you just can't accept what they trying to tell you. You gotta prepare yourself. And one thing about him, he always prepared the big skillet, even when I brought little blessings the same way as God. God will prepare you for something big, but you only thinking little.
But let me tell you how he prepared a big skillet for me. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, bro, we go back, bro. Like, man, we used to, fuck around at this little, bar called Bourbon Street Bar and Grill, man. We'll go hit the gambling shit up, slot machines and shit like that, But when we went, it was damn near like, if you don't go, I ain't going. If you go, I go. You're right. But it was right. Together, but it was a point to like, well, you know what, man, come on, man, we can't be doing this shit.
It got to a point where I told him, he was like, man, we gonna gamble. I said, listen, brother,
it's some real shit too.
I cannot afford to keep gambling every dollar that I make, trying to make more. He hit me one day and said, man, I'm gonna try my luck. I said, brother, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm getting closer. God's shown me. If he want to bless me, I can't afford to keep taking the little blessings he give me, trying to risk it for a lot of blessings.
So you mentioned earlier in the podcast, in a previous episode about gambling. Was that something that y'all overcame together?
Man, that was a drug addiction.
It's an addiction. It's similar to a drug, right?
That was similar to a drug. That was
some serious stuff.
That was one of my addictions that why my mama had to come save me, because when you trying to provide and when you trying to get certain things, when you feel you want to give something to a person, you starting to find a way and figure a way out with which way that you could come up with it quick.
Right. Earlier in a previous podcast we did, right, we talked about how the men need to get back to the old generation. Okay? So do you feel like, how do you feel about the women though? Because we had a lot of comments. People were like, hey, yeah, the men do need to get back to the old generation. But what about the women? Do the women need to get back? Like, how are the men going to get back to the old generation?
Can I say something, please?
At the women.
Please? Can I, please?
Yeah.
That's tough now,
if
man.
the
Don't
men...
get put out. Don't get put out.
Trust me, I ain't about to get put out of my house.
Yeah.
If the men don't get it right, the women not going to get it right.
So the man are the leader.
Yeah. It's God, it's the man, and it's the woman.
Hey,
but you
Jews.
can't.
Hold on, say that one more time. You dropping the Jews now, man. Listen, this is my brother-in-law, so don't get mad at him for keeping it real. It just run through the bloodline. Say it again.
It's God, it's the man, and it's the woman. But for a man point of view, you can't be a male chauvinistic.
Ooh, man. Hold on,
and
man.
saying that, just because it's the man that, oh, man, hey, you better have my bathwater ran, or you better have some food for me, or this and that. But what are you doing to be that man for her to even do that for you?
So what you're saying is that back in the day when men were like number one, women didn't work and things like that, the man went so hard that the woman could come home and make sure the food is cooked, bath waters, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this, the economy is different now. The world has changed, okay? Back in the day, it was easy to do that. You know what I'm saying? The women got the bags.
It's culture and tradition that holds a man back.
Right,
you know
but what you're saying is that nowadays men have, since the women have become such powerful figures in the world, we could possibly have a woman president, which is something that we've never seen before. There's a woman running for president, and it's looking like she's doing good right now. So we could have a woman president. So women are different than back in the day. So in this day and time, like we're
more powerful
because they used to be.
Right. You want to know why? Because now people know the power of a woman. You won't be great. You won't be great without a woman. I guarantee you that. That's why I love his sister, my wife.
She tough, boy. She hold that boy neck to the boy. Look, I told her, man, my sister's so tough, man. I told my sister, I'll let you choke me before I let you kill my brother-in-law. His neck not stronger than mine. So you got to understand, man, these women real strong and tough in the mind, in the heart, and in the hustle. So you got to be mindful of the type of woman you looking at and what you chasing for and what you expecting, because they coming with their own bag. And when they come with their own bag, they come with their own level of success, and they come with their own income.
Demands.
So they know for sure what they deserve and what they're willing to accept.
But I feel like in this generation, it's like there's such a confusion about what the man and the woman should do. Like, should the man pay all the bills? Should the woman pay half the bills? It's like women got money now, so like they're expecting more than that. Like, what's your opinion? Do you feel like a man should pay all the bills?
Yes, because we are the providers.
Okay.
If you get into your word and read the Bible, a man don't work, a man don't eat. That's straight facts. You know what I'm saying? Man don't work, a man don't eat. You know what I'm saying? If you was to go back into the old days, but that's why you got to be neutral with old days and new days. You know what I'm saying? Time like you say, times change, right? So as times change, we have to evolve. But being a man is just not being a man where, you know what I'm saying, the woman is just bowing down to you, or she have to do this or she have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a woman's job to take care of the house and make sure the house is good. But what people don't realize is that man was alone. So God was like, you know what? Let me take a rib away from a man and put it into this woman and create a help me for this man.
Right. So the point I'm trying to make is that in this day and age, we want the men to provide. Mm-hmm. The women in the internet today, you see all these posts on Shade Room. The women expect the men to do all this stuff, pay all the bills, bring them out and spend $700 on the first date. And my thing is, if you want the man to do that, I can understand that to a certain degree, but that means that you have to bring to the table the equal amount. You have to. If you're a woman who expects a man to pay for everything, then what are you doing? Right. Are you cleaning the house? Right. Are you cooking all the meals? Right. You doing the laundry? Like why should he pay all the bills and do all this for you? And then what are you doing in return? Right. What are you doing to make it worth it to him?
That's the new generation.
Right. So the point is, if the women are going to expect that shit, they have to change the way that what they do in return.
It's what they bring to the table too. It's not just what I bring to the table, what the man brings to the table. It's what we both bring to the table. Even before me and my wife even thought about getting married, type girl I married was type girl that, hey, we went out. I could have said, hey, babe, I know, look, it's your birthday. I ain't really just got it like that. I know you wanted to go here, so, let's go here because it's a little bit affordable, right? She gonna be like, hey, nah, forget that. Here go my card. Just take my card. You know what I'm saying? And act like it's yours. You know what I'm saying? We about to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes women don't know how to bend because all they see is money and that a nigga just supposed to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're supposed to take care of yourself too. Like me and my wife can go through a situation and she can say, hey, I don't want you. But one thing I know for a fact about my wife, she gonna take care of herself and she gonna take care of my babies. She is an independent woman. She's independent in our relationship. That's why I have to be 25 steps ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a woman. You know what I'm saying?
So you're married.
Right.
So let me ask you, in your opinion, in this day and age, what do you feel like you look for in a woman? Like if you're looking for, and this is important because at the beginning of the podcast, you were wearing the orange jumpsuit. You know what I'm saying? We're speaking to the youth now. One of the pillars of what makes us stable as a man is to have a good woman. I'm sure you can agree. You know what I'm saying? We can all agree that, and I can agree myself. One of the pillars of stability is a good relationship with your woman. Mm-hmm. So what do you look for in a woman? What makes a good woman to you?
D Phlo, you gonna have my DM full. Because every woman feel like they got what it takes to be a part of my life. But now a good woman is a woman that very supportive. Very supportive. Even when she know things might not look good, sound good, but babe, I believe in you. Babe, I'm going to show up even if it's just me there. Right. Babe, I'm going to keep on motivating you if you keep believing. That's what I look for. A very supportive woman. And then after that, D Phlo, she gotta be supportive, man. And she gotta want that love. Daddy come to love, man. I ain't come to bullshit.
But you hear what he say? Like about being supportive? it's a term when you come to Christ and come to the Word, right? Called being equally yoked.
Mm-hmm. That's very tough right there.
Yeah.
You have to be equally yoked as well. It can't just be, okay, I'm this and I'm that, or you this and you that. How is it joined together?
Right, and that's exactly what I was about to say. The most important thing to me to find a woman that works for you, for the young generation, but no matter how old you are, is a woman you can build with. Mm-hmm. And the only way you can build with a woman is to have equal yoke. Right. Like you all have to kind of be on the same page. Right. If she's on not on a different page, she's on a different fucking book. Like we're not on the same page in life. Right. Like I can't be with you. You have to be with a woman who's on the same page, the same book, trying to reach the same goals. Y'all might be doing different shit, but you're going towards the same trajectory.
That's back to 3 words. Is God, the man, and the woman. That's the only way.
Right.
You'll be equally yoked. Because I can't be a Satanist and my wife is a Christian. I can't be a Christian and my wife is a Muslim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not equally yoked, so there's somewhere we're not bonded. You know, marriage is sacred. Having a woman who is for you or a man that's for you and you equally yoked, that's sacred. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is not equally yoked. You and Team 28 is equally yoked.
Right.
You don't have to just be you know what I'm saying? Because y'all relationship, what y'all giving to the world, y'all equally yoked to producing hope to the new generation, inspiring, you know, people who don't have hope. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saving lives for people who felt like they had nobody to look to. You know what I'm saying? That's what
we aspire to do.
Yeah, and that's what this is about, and that's why I like this.
Aspire to do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, in anything, a relationship is a relationship. That relationship you have with this person or your wife, it can be the same relationship you have with God. You know what I'm saying? The same relationship you have with this, but just one thing, God is just the first. You know what I'm saying? He's the head, but a relationship is a relationship. A relationship won't work from a friendship to a lover to a husband and wife if you're not equally yoked.
Right.
It won't work.
So speaking of relationships, you took off the orange jumpsuit.
Come on, man.
It's off now, right? But here's my question. How many people in the world today have taken off the orange jumpsuit? You know, they took it off. They used to wear it every day. They didn't know they wore it because when you're in jail, you know you got the orange jumpsuit on. You look down every day, you're like, man, I ain't never worn nothing but this fucking jumpsuit every day. But when it's in your mind, sometimes you don't know that you're locked away wearing the orange jumpsuit. But now that you've taken out the orange jumpsuit and it's off, how do you remain consistent with never putting it on again? You know, because a lot of times when people go to jail, they go back to jail. They get out, they go back in. How do you make sure that you never go back to jail and wear the orange jumpsuit in your mind?
How you know is because you ask God to show you a different path. He gonna show you a different route. He gonna show you a different routine. It's just like the NFL, D Phlo. When the wide receivers go on the field, they all can't do the same route or they gonna all end up in the same place. When you change your life over, when you ask God to show you a different route, each person got to do a different route on a football field so you don't run into each other. God going to show you different routes where you don't run into your old paths no more. See, when you ask God to show you, to keep you from that jail mindset, he going to show you that the route that you used to take, I'm going to send you on a different route. I'm going to give you a different map. I'm going to give you a different outlook. I'm going to give you a different input. I'm going to give you different friends. I'm going to give you different mindset. So if you don't want to take the same route, if you don't want to run into the same situations, if you don't want to bump head with the same people that you was running into jail, God going to show you a way where you ain't got to run into the same people. All you got to tell God, I'm ready for change. I'm ready for a different outcome. I'm ready for better. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready for everything that I deserve to get in my life. So when you change your mindset, your route in life will change. Your friends in life will change. Your path of running into negative mindset will change. The things you did will change. D Phlo, when I changed my life around and I realized how good God is and how he changing me, I realized that I can't be in certain places that I used to be. I can't be around old friends I used to be around. D Phlo is funny, but you know this and you know me. I go to bed sometimes 8 o'clock, sometimes 8:30, because my mindset changed. I don't have time to be in the streets. I don't have time to be out there. When you not in an environment of negativity, you got a chance of surviving every day. But when you around negativity, a lot of percent of the time, anything capable of happening. God said
Taking your life out.
taking your life
Or
out,
changing your life forever.
changing your life around.
Yeah.
So I realized if I get inside by 6 o'clock and don't have to go back outside till the next morning, I could live.
Right.
And that's the mindset.
It was the mindset that made me realize that the least amount of time you're around negative people or in a negative world, you got a chance of surviving to see the next day. So you got to realize when you around negative things and around negative people, negative environment, your chance of seeing the next day is very short because you don't know the type of mindset a person might be on. It don't take long for a negative mindset to snap. It don't take long. So that's why I say when I change my mindset, when I change the way I think, when I change the way I move, when it changed the way of the people I allow around me, that's what made me become a better person. But I didn't have that until I seen the knowledge of the kingdom. I had to ask God to strengthen something that I was weak in.
Right.
And it was my mindset.
And I will tell you this: since I met you,
Your mindset got stronger?
My mindset has got stronger.
Your hair got longer?
My hair got
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
My relationship with God got stronger.
That's what I'm talking
You know what I'm
about.
saying? And just my ability to give compassion. There's so many things that have changed my life since I met you. I
appreciate that,
I definitely
man.
want to say I appreciate
One thing
it.
I gotta do and say, man, you support me no matter what. D
100%.
Phlo, you came to church. The only white boy all the time in every environment that I ever bring you to. You the only white boy. But one thing that I love about you is you never get discouraged because it ain't the same color of people of your kind. You always feel comfortable. I always see you smiling. I always see you
Interacting.
yeah, most definitely. And that's one thing I love about you because you don't let this color have an effect on how you feel about other people. And that's why I love you because, man, every time I have something, you the only white boy. You
Yeah.
never feel uncomfortable. You never feel like, damn, man, he just picking on me. You always say, you know what? This where God want me at. This where I'm going to be. This where my brother at. This where I need to be to support him. And that's one thing I love about you, man. And I see you grow in so many ways. And I know a lot of times, D Phlo, you be wanting to lose it. But then you think about, if I lose it, I'm going to let Desmond down because he hold high expectations of me. He know that the things that he's saying and what he's speaking into us, it need to exist in times that you at your lowest.
But that's what dropping the jewels is.
Yeah.
You dropping the jewels on him right now. He dropping the jewels on you
Right.
Right. So for y'all to see how true this is, you can ask him right now what I told him in the car. How real of a friendship and what y'all are together, right? Because you don't bring people around moms.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You hear, see, you hear me?
D Phlo, I don't bring nobody in my mama.
Didn't I tell you that before we even, you know what I'm saying? Not even on this topic.
No, D Phlo. No. For me to let you come to mom, when you met my mama, I would bring you home. My mama said, who is this young guy? I said, that's my homeboy D Phlo, I do the podcast with. She said, oh, baby, I love you. I saw you. Thank you for taking the time out with my son, helping him. And
For sure.
she showed up.
Your mom has amazing energy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm not from here, but I don't have a lot of family here. But one thing I will say,
She always make
Yeah.
you feel welcome.
she makes you feel welcome, but y'all are my family. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
most
Out here.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, D Phlo, now, hold on now, man. We make you feel welcome, and you always welcome to mom's house, no
For
matter
sure.
if I'm there or not. If I'm out
Absolutely.
of town, my mama will always open the door
I
to
believe
you
that, 100%.
and for you because You just didn't do something for her. You did something for her son, some
Yeah.
person she loved.
And one thing
You
about
gave
this,
her opportunity for the world to hear her son out. Not just hear me out, but share my love, share my downfall, to share my uplifting, to share my blessing. When I spoke about my sister, that was tough. When I spoke
was
about my
deep.
relationship with my baby mama, that was tough.
Right.
When I spoke about the relationship with my kids, that was tough.
Right.
So I'm not afraid of letting the world know my
Who
good
you really are.
and my bad.
Yeah.
And see, one thing
For
about
sure.
his mom, D, and why you real, and I love you as well, bro. Just like if you was my brother, bro. I don't look at you as like you fam. That's why I text you the shit like I text you. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And I'm really honored to be here, with
Absolutely.
y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I really seen y'all work and I really seen y'all grow.
You seen
know
it
what
all.
I'm saying? Yeah, man. I've been, man. You know the thumbs be up all the time. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
You
yeah.
see, like I'm in an interracial relationship. My girl is black. It's like love is deeper than color.
Nah, it's
Like
more than
whether
that.
it's brotherhood or your relationship or whatever the case may be.
You
it
believe
doesn't-
the same shit I believe.
We all believe the same thing. We're all the same people. And I think that's such an important message to the world because everything that's going on right now, the politics and everything, dividing people, we are all one.
And those things is
We're
just
human.
opinions, dog.
Right.
A
Other
race shouldn't
people's
have to do
opinions.
nothing. A race shouldn't have to do nothing with your opinions. If you want to vote for Trump or you want to vote for Kamala, that's your opinion.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we never seen the change in nothing.
Right.
But what we do as a people should change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Forget what Donald Trump gonna do or Kamala gonna do. What are we gonna do
Right.
to stop race or to stop this or to
stop
upgrow
the
this
hate
young
and
man?
the division.
It
start with us.
You know,
It
and
ain't nobody else, man. And we
No.
could put the best opportunity in the office, but if you're not willing to make the change in yourself, then you will not see a change in other people. If you're not
Right.
willing to uplift other people, then you will not see happiness in other people. If you're not willing to pray with other people, you will not see prayers work in other people. Man, let me tell you something. I wore the earned suit to overcome every trial and tribulation, every situation. Mama, don't it feel good to see your son doing everything right? Don't it feel good to see your son smiling? Don't you feel good to see your son ain't no drug? Don't it feel good to see your son ain't in handcuffs? Don't it feel good to see your son never been on papers? Don't it feel good to see your son not on house arrest? Don't it feel good to see your son doing something right? Don't it feel good to see your son serving God? Don't it feel good to see your son uplifting? Don't it feel good to see your son keep going? Don't it feel good to see your son at his best? Don't it feel good, mama? Mama, it wasn't nothing but them prayers. It wasn't nothing but God. It wasn't nothing but you. It wasn't nothing but my brother-in-law. It wasn't nothing but D Phlo. It wasn't nothing but my 2 kids. It wasn't nothing but the people that's in my corner. It wasn't nothing but the people that believe in me. If it wasn't for the people that believed in me, if it wasn't for the ones who loved me, if it wasn't for the opportunities, I wouldn't be here today. But I'm glad to say I'm here. And now that I'm here, I can't lose, mama. I can't lose. It was nothing but God to change my mindset and elevate me and bring me around the right people. And ever since I've been around the right people, God been good and he gonna continue to be good. So order to be great, you gotta put yourself around the right people. You gotta believe.
Right, because what we're showing you right now is a circle of people right here.
Good
We're
people.
Positive, believing people, love each other,
Good people.
and want to see each other win. So make sure.
Come on now, don't
there's
be a
one thing I
prisoner in your own
don't
mind,
be a prisoner in your
man.
mind. Don't be a prisoner in your
prison.
circle. Because you can be a prisoner in your mind. Don't be a prisoner in your circle. Make sure
Them
that
drop
you
the
leave
Jews,
it.
boys.
Drop the jewels, boys.
Them drop the Jews, boys.
Yes, sir.
Let me just tell y'all something about the Drop the Jewels, boys. Yeah.
Man, we special, man.
Real
Yes,
special.
sir.
Hey, look, I always sit on the outside looking in. You know, I'm
Yeah.
always paying attention to y'all and just really, I never had a chance to just sit up here and say what I want to say and how I feel about what it does to me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what we wanna
'Cause
know.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is an honor to be right here. And,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I don't need to do nothing after this. You know what I'm saying? This is like a stepping stone in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a bucket list for
Yeah,
me. You know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? Yeah, I did something with my brother and I did something with my other brother.
Mm-hmm.
But what I get from this is equally yoked, positivity, motivation, but it's a high. Like, you know, it's a high better than any drug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can go home and love
can't-
my
you
wife
can't
and
use
love my
a
sons
drug.
even more. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like, damn, babe, it's other people that's out there that's living like I'm trying to live. I'm not alone in this race. You know what I'm saying? It's other
Right.
people that
Understand you.
Man, look, man, you fresh. He fresh. We fresh. We look just like a normal person, but we not culturalized in on the worldly times like the normal people.
Humble.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But that's what y'all giving, what the world is missing. You know what I'm saying? That, okay, damn, if you was to look at you, oh man, they look like they ready to go to the club or ready to do this, but nah, we ready to spit that truth and tell you what God want and tell you what
Right.
y'all want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And from the outside looking in, y'all got it, bro. Y'all
sure.
good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't like, you know, man, look,
Hey, look, we're all on the way to success. We're all on the
That's
way.
all what it
We're just
is.
in a different step.
that's all what it is.
But
You
I
know?
just want to say I appreciate you coming today, bro.
all the time,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Oh, them
Hey,
drop the
dog.
Jews boys, man. Y'all know what the business
Yes,
is, man.
sir.
Them drop the Jews boys, man. Shout out to my brother-in-law for coming through, man. Being able
And
to
don't be
be.
a prison in your mind.
Don't be
No
a prison.
more. Unlock
Don't
that
be a
key.
prison in your own mind,
Praise
man.
God, unlock that key, change your life. But all right, dog, appreciate it. You already know.
Well,
what it
most
is.
definitely.
Yes, sir.
Y'all already know.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Them drop the Jews boys.